Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to this presentation that we call the Customer Journey 12-Step Cash Flow Marketing Concept. And we're going to share some great ideas with you that's going to change your business. I'm just looking at the chat here, and let me open the chat and see and just check out where people are from. How come I can't see? You're admitting this, Brent, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, everyone here. I'm just trying to figure out how come I can't see people in the chat to connect with them, Maylene. Oh, there you are. Julio from Honduras. Nancy from Denver, Colorado. And who else is there? Teresa, where are you from? Nadish from Boca Raton. Is that Raton? Is that in the US? Boca Raton? Is that Florida, I believe, right? Colony of Texas, but originally from, cool. Now, yes, Florida. Julia, where are you from? Teresa, health insurance agent for individual. Oh my God, you are going to love this conversation. I'm telling you, Teresa, you're gonna love this conversation today. And we got Drew, we got Julio, we got Danielle. Danielle, where are you from? Julia is from, I wish I never visited Honduras. I wish that's a country I have to put on my bucket list. And Danielle, New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in Vegas right now, but I also have a place in New York. I spend my summers in New York City because in Vegas it gets a little bit warm. Especially this week, we had 110. Now it's cool. It's a cool day today. We're only 102, 101, so it's tolerable. So yeah, I love the West. I love the East Coast during the summer. Yeah, and great beaches. You're telling me, I love it. Okay, cool. So thank you, everybody. And I will be asking for your input a little bit later. And let me start this presentation here. Here we go. So this is a conversation about the customer journey, right? This whole conversation is about the customer journey in welcome. We have a concept that we call 12-step cash flow. These are 12 steps that you need to make and build a successful business. Why? Because leads fall through the cracks. Yes, your leads, our leads fall through the cracks. So did you know that 44% of business owners give up on follow-up with their new leads after the first attempt? Yeah, after the first attempt. Now we all go to networking events. I go to networking events live, and I go to virtual events. And in the world of live events, I always have a goal. I would get back with about 10 contacts. And in the world of virtual, I have the same goal. If I'm going to spend an hour on the phone or on a Zoom call, and there's a bunch of people there, I really want to leave with about 10 contacts or 10 leads, right? But then when I come back from my event, the challenge begins. And the challenge is called follow-up, because there's different type of follow-up, right? That people give you, like, for example, I was this weekend on an event called Collaborate. It was a 3-day event, about 125 people. And then we had these networking rooms, and I was able to connect with about 25 people. Now we have to follow up, right? And well, the organizers said, hey, we have a spreadsheet and you have everybody's information in there. Yeah, we have everybody's information. But some people, I got the Instagram account. Other people, I had the Facebook account. Other people, I had a phone number. And I don't know if it's a cell number, or I don't know if it's a landline. And other people just gave me their email. And believe it or not, one person put the phone number, and when I called, it was a fax. So when you have different type of information after an event, whether it's live or whether it's virtual, right? My biggest challenge has always been how to follow up. And when you go to live events too, you get these business cards. You have the same challenge, right? In this case, they gave us a spreadsheet with the information. When you go to a live event, you get the cards. And now, oh my God, this is wonderful, right? People have they have these cell phones, and on the cell phones now, what they're doing is they have an app, and you can connect to them with the app. Lovely concept. I got a couple of thousand people already in my address book on my phone. I go to these events, right? I take a picture, I put them in my system. And now what happens, if I put 5 or 10 people in the system, it will automatically be set by their names by alphabetical order. I will not remember all the names of all the 10 peoples. I'll remember the first 4 or 5, and then I will not remember, was it Danielle, was it Danielle P, or Danielle C, or Danielle with a K or with an S, and then I lose track again of who they were. So what's really nice right now is that when I went through that nightmare, right, of digital cards and online events, that was my biggest challenge. And what happens when you have just a Facebook contact or a LinkedIn contact or a TikTok contact? And sometimes, as you know, people have a business card and there's no name on it. Now, some of us have been introduced to the world of spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, or Google spreadsheets. But you and I know that spreadsheets do not return calls. Spreadsheets do not make us aware of who to follow up and when to follow up, even if we add a column and say we got to follow up that specific days, because we get lost in our to-dos. So when that about 3 years ago, that was my challenge. That is the problem I was going through. And one morning I woke up and I looked at my numbers, my sales number, and I said to myself, oh my God, I am having a cash flow problem. And the reason I'm having a cash flow problem is because I'm not able to follow up 100% on my leads. Why? Because my leads were falling through the cracks. So I decided to shop around for some software. And what my vision was, I had this concept, 12-step cash flow, right? I knew how it was. I knew of all the steps it involved, and I would go through the steps in a couple of minutes. But I needed to have like a glue. I needed to have a system that allowed me to implement each step and to follow up between each steps. And you'll see this is just basic stuff, but when it's done the right way, it's extremely powerful. And what it does, it shortens the sales cycle. So I shopped around for some software that would integrate cell phone, right? When I call the office, when I was doing texting or receiving texting, when I would be sending emails or receiving emails, when people would come on my chat widget, whether it's on my Google Business Profile or my website, or they would go on my social media, or they would leave me a voicemail. I would just have to tap Harry, and Harry, I would see all those communications from those different platforms. Plus, this whole thing is managed from a phone app. Got a phone app that you can 100% follow up on your business. It doesn't matter what step they are. And that's when we found this software. We gave it birth, we gave it a name, we baptized it, and we call it 12-step cash flow marketing system, because it's a full integration from different communication sources, all in one platform. It's a mobile app. And the reason we need something like that in our businesses is to start engagement, right? Engagement is the name of the game. Engagement is the beginning of everything. So that being said, let me share with you my presentation here. Share. Here you go. And this should work. Yeah, and you know what? We're gonna leave it like this because there we go. Okay, so that's what you got. I mean, that's what I got here. Okay, so the power behind 12-step cash flow is all about beginning the customer journey, right? That's the name of the game is you want to have a customer journey with those leads, those leads that become prospects and prospect that becomes clients. So who am I? I'm Jacques Skutecki. I'm a business innovation strategist. And what we do is I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm from Montreal. I'm a McGill graduate in economics and marketing. Got involved in the pharmaceutical industry. Got involved into import export fancy foods between Montreal, San Francisco, and LA. And then during COVID, I did a switch. And the switch I did was really to get involved in digital marketing with our 12-step cash flow marketing concept that I had been using for years, except everything was manual. So we got rid of that, and now everything is automated. And about a year ago, I said to myself, you know what? My success today is based on all the failures I've had, right? So I got a book that's called Drive to Success. That's an Amazon bestseller. And this is a conversation about my business journey, the different businesses I've had, and when did I pivot? Like something happened that I had to change that brought me into a new business situation, a new business opportunity. Or even right now, since COVID, what happens is that we every 6 months or 9 months, something new happens in our business. And then we pivot, we become better, we become more productive. And that being said, we started a show called Business Transformation Speaker Series. I'm always looking for guests that want to share with us in your business, what happened in your business that made it transform. Maybe you were able to find new funding. Maybe you were able to do or find a new marketing concept, or maybe you decided to hire a VA, or things like that sometimes really changes our business. So that's Business Transformation Speaker Series. You go to jacques360.com, you click, there's a landing page. I'd love to invite you on our show. It's a podcast, it's a Zoom show. Now, that being said, what is 12-step cash flow? It's about the customer journey. It is a proprietary concept, right, that uses strategic marketing, but it's a whole innovation strategy. And again, why? Because leads fall through the cracks. The better we are at following up on leads, the more efficient we are in shortening the sales cycle, right? Shortening the customer journey and being able to sell to these prospects with less resistance. This is all about connections, conversions, and conversations. They all go together. You need to connect to have a good conversations to be able to have some conversions. And how do you do that? You need to capture your leads. You got to nurture them as prospects, and you need to close them, and now they become family. They become clients, strangers, friends, family. Very simple, very powerful. Now, those three phases are pretty much what 12-step cash flow is all about. And why we need something like this in our businesses is because we need to monetize our business. We need to optimize our leads and maximize what we're doing, become as efficient as we can. I always love this quote by Don Draper in Mad Men. The future of advertising is socially integrated, is by using socially integrated digital platforms. I love that. What a great show, by the way. So what is the power behind 12-step cash flow? So it's all about the customer journey. And I'm going to make this very simple. Today, we're going to focus on 3 items, but I want to share with you how these 3 items or the 3 to-dos, how they integrate with the 12 steps, which are 12 phases. Phase number 1 is about finding leads, right? Finding strangers. And how do you do that? You want to identify your client avatar. You want to learn where they hang out. You want to join a tribe. where you can communicate with them on a regular basis, whether it's a BNI networking event live, or whether it is a group on Facebook or a group on LinkedIn. And now you want to develop strategic alliances, which means that more or less you can cross refer yourself. In phase two, right, now that you made that contact, you got to make sure, or that now that those strangers are contacts, now you want them to become a prospect, right? You want to be able to start converting them. So what do you need? You need a lead magnet, and you need to nurture. You need to have the nurture. The principle of nurturing is to be able to outreach to them and to create that engagement so they can trust, like, and understand what you do. They have a pain. They have a problem. And when they meet you, our job is, when, as a business owner, is to make sure that they can see that we have the solution to their problem, to their pain. So we can engage with them, we can empower with them, we can empower them with our solution to be better business owners. Phase two is also about closing prospects, right? Because when you have good engagement with them, you can make a compelling offer, right? Step 8 and step 9, you can close with less resistance. And phase 3 is about a new customer. 70% of business owners forget about their new customers. Your new client, your new customer is your best source of referral, right? They can give you reviews. They can work with you on affiliate programs. You can build a loyalty program with them. You can create a discount program. And down the road, you could even create a community of users. 12 is an extremely powerful concept. So in 12-step cash flow, that's what we do. We have all the tools to empower business owners, whatever step they want, or whatever step they need to grow, we have those tools, we have the automation to make it happen. Okay, so it's all about cash flow, right? No cash flow, no business. Cash flow is here, leads are there, and clients are there, right? No clients and yet no leads, no cash flow. It's a triangle, okay? And that triangle, again, there's what leads become prospects, and prospects become customers, and then customers is that cash flow to keep your business open. We all love clients. We all love customers. A lot of business owners are going to say, oh my God, I am way too busy to put something new into my marketing program. What we're doing is fine. We're just going to do more of it, right? We're going to do more of it. And if you know, I always think about I'm too busy, and this dude here, I guess he's trying to wipe or clean one of the windows. If you want to see clear, right, and you're using the wrong product, right, to clean your window so you can see those leads, it's not going to happen. So you got to make sure that you think of everything you're doing, and with the stuff that you're currently doing, what can you do better? So the first question I'm going to go and ask is, what is your way right now of generating leads? What are you doing to generate leads right now? And I'm going to go to the chat and ask our participants what is the best way that you're using in your business, because we can learn about that on how you're finding your leads. Can anybody, maybe you can come on camera if that's possible. You may be multitasking, I understand that, but I'm just trying to figure out here. So Raphael says networking, Crunchbase and LinkedIn. What's Crunchbase, Raphael? I never heard of Crunchbase.
It's an online platform which you can actually look also at companies if they got some funding or those kind of things. I'm focused a lot on the startup world, so knowing funding rounds and those kind of things, it's very important to us.
I gotta look into that. So those are startups, is that it?
There are lots different of companies over there, because basically they track down all the different type of growth that companies have had. So, and also you get like POCs, you can do a lot of lead generation from there.
Can you introduce me to that world? I would love to find out more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, you can reach me at jock360.com. There's my email's there, and then you just go to contact, and then you have my email. We can do a one-on-one too. I would love to hear more. Thank you for sharing that. I see Nadish Networking and Biz Brooks. Yeah, Biz Books Networking. What type of networking events are working for you that where you're getting value? You know, when you get out of the event, you can do a one-on-one. So what are the best events that you're attending? Again, there I learn every day. I see
Well,
Nadish.
for me, basically, I was part of BNI. This is going to be my last month from it. It was a great way to start to generate leads and understand different ways of working things out. But through the process, unfortunately, a lot of the chapters in the area are trade based, which I don't mind servicing them, but after a while, there's only so many of them that come through. So a lot of the trades, they definitely make good money off of each other. So right now I've been starting to go more to the chambers, and I'm starting to develop some relationships there. But I have to say the best people that I get referrals from are word of mouth. So that has been a tremendous, they're the best customers I actually get is word of mouth.
Yeah, that's the gold standard is word of mouth. You got that right. BNI, I was a director of BNI for about 4 years on the East Coast, and I started from scratch. Chapters, about 5 chapters. I was in Montreal. It was an English chapter on the island, and I had created, you know, on the South Shore and the North Shore chapters, French chapters, because I spoke French, and the chapter downtown Montreal was English. I created 5 chapters from scratch. I would say that BNI is probably the gold standard in concept. If you did a year, you will really understand about, you know, how to present yourself, how to be on time, how to make a 2-minute pitch, how to follow up, and very, very, you know, how to do a one-on-one. People don't know how to do a one-on-one, and I'm sure you learned that in BNI. It's probably the best school of networking out there. I think so, because yeah, it's great. I am sold to that. I haven't done it in many years, but I use it all the time when I network. I always think about the basic concepts, and what I learned there was really, really gold. I see here, Julio or Julia, what type of networking are you doing, or how are you finding your leads? Julio may be not around. And is anybody getting leads on social media, like, I don't know, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn? Are you having a certain amount of success with those platforms?
I haven't started that avenue yet, but that's one that I'm going to try to see in resource. One thing I do notice is, so part of my company offers bookkeeping services. So I've joined a bunch of places for bookkeeping, networking, but I see that like people are super active on it and they're like responding immediately to people. So I don't know if that's a great avenue for me as well. And considering that most of my best work is the kind of being a concierge controllership, most of those people really won't be online to say, hey, my company's in trouble, and or something went wrong, or I got IRS, you know, coming on my back, so help me.
I hear you. I think that what's really nice about social media and what's really not nice about social media, what's nice is that people see you're out there, right? You post a little bit, they see you're alive, they see you are real. No one's going to spend an hour and read all of your posts. What people will do is they'll check out, oh, she's there, she posted. Oh, there's a Merry Christmas, there's a picture of her dog or her daughter. She went on a cruise. Oh, she went to this event. She, you know, she's putting a quote of the day, or, you know, she's promoting a new client. You're active, but you have to get them off the platform, because on the platform, When in LinkedIn, there's a lot of spamming going on in LinkedIn. You know, they're just sending you job opportunities and you can get this a 3-day webinar, but there's a step that's missing, right? In social media, you want to be able to connect first, and then you see if you have something in common, then you share that. But a lot of people are just cutting that. They're putting all kinds of offers on their profile. The best thing to do on social media is to invite them for information, not necessarily a one-on-one, not necessarily a sales pitch or a promo. Just say, hey, if you want to find more about, you know, how to groom dogs, or you want to find a bit more about, you know, the 5 best ways on how to write an email, or, you know, depending on whatever you do. For example, if you're in the accounting world, here are the 3 most important things that business owners forget, right? And that brings problems at the end of the year when they have to do their income tax. So click here and get my PDF on the 3 ways to blah, blah, blah. That, when you take them off that platform, and we're going to talk about capturing leads, when you bring them off the social media platform, now you got them in a conversation. You give them something for free where they can learn from you. And if the content is good, they're going to say, tell me more. So that's really how, you know, social media works. We all have to be careful because some people get locked out of I have a client, huge client, and they got locked out of Facebook. And now, but luckily, you know, we had our sales funnels bringing them off of Facebook into a conversation, that we were able to keep our audience, you know, in a conversation, the ones that were interested to learn more about the business. But the other ones, I mean, didn't really matter, because even if they were there for a couple of months or a couple of years, there was no engagement possible. You know, they just were not interested, and that's fine. So what's nice about social media is to find ways so you can bring them into a conversation off of the social media platform, and now they are on in your world, and now you can start the customer journey. That is what that is what really I found works best. Okay, here, and thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. So in this conversation, so phase 1 is what is your preferred way of finding leads? We discussed that. We talk about events, we talk about groups, and we talk about cold calling. And I think that one thing I want to share with you is on the weekend, we had 145. I do a lot of virtual events. And what I notice, I'm working with Suzanne Evans. She's a speaker and she's a networker. And what I learned is that when you do a 45-minute presentation, right, of who you are and what you do, it's so much more powerful than doing a 2-minute presentation, because everybody had 2 minutes. And I noticed when I did it in 45 seconds, I got a lot more interaction. And when I put my information in the chat, right, I put jock360.com, which is my personal website where you decide where you want to go, right? And I had about, in 3 days of an event, I had about 75, 78 people that interacted. And out of just my link, I got about 8 one-on-ones that have been booked just through that, just by doing my 45-second presentation, who I am, what I do, and I'm looking for JV partners. We have an affiliate program, and I like to work with business owners that need to find more leads. They want to create that engagement, and they just want to have a courtesy phone call with me, and I'm going to give them a bunch of ideas. And we also launched a new service that we call YBN AI Leads. So we have leads now by intention. So we promoted that on the weekend, where now people, lawyers, can find customers that are looking for legal advice, people that are looking for dental work, people that are looking for a new roof on their head, people that are looking to buy an electric car, people that are looking for accounting services, people that want to have life insurance, right? And these are by city, by zip code. And what's really powerful about that, you get their name, you get their phone number, you get the email, 99%, and they are not on a DND list. They are emails opt-in. You can connect with these people directly. It's legal, right? And you also get, you get their name, their address, their phone number, the name, address, phone number, and email. Those are the 4 things you get. And they're very good. They're very, very, very good. So this is a new service that we started about a week ago. So if anybody wants to find out more about that service, it's jacques360.com. I will be doing a presentation on Meetup probably next month. The slides are finished. The videos are finished. We have intro videos about that service, and it's freaking awesome. It is really, really awesome. We've sold already over 500 leads, and we're looking at about a 20% conversion rate. That's what we're looking right now. That's how freaking good these leads are. It's like, wow, finally, Mr. Jacques with Step Cash Flow working with all these cold emails, which are okay, but now it's like, it's so much quicker to talk to people that really are looking for your solution, what you have to offer to them. They are open to a conversation. So you shorten the sales cycle like crazy. So phase 2 is the lead magnet. So we talked about where to find your client avatar. Number 2 is about the lead magnet. And I'm going to share this with you here again. Okay, presentation, of course, presentation. So what is a lead magnet all about? And yes, I will make an offer to you later on. If you don't mind, I'm going to give you a 30-day opportunity to try our services and how our leads work, and we'll have that conversation a little bit later. So the name of the game for the customer journey is capturing leads, right? I always remember with my mom when she was watching the Golden Girls, I always had this memory about like, why are people doing this? And this is engagement, right? You're at a party, some people you know, some people you don't know, and everybody is touching each other and they're dancing and whatever it's called, it works, right? And when you're finished doing this for a couple of minutes on some song or some music, my parents are European, so it used to be on some freaking polka music, which I hated with a passion, but it worked. When you were finished, everybody felt energized, right? You would drink your little Coca-Cola or whatever you were drinking and have your little snack, and everybody would be happy and giggling, and it really created a whole difference in the ambiance. And that is what, when you capture leads, that's what you want to do. Now, this is the most important slide of my presentation. This is the most important slide of my presentation, because it's nice to say that you're capturing leads, right? So once they're interested in what you have to share with them, what do? And these are ideas on what you can do to start that conversation, to start that engagement. First of all, call to action can be to download something, right? They can download. What do you have to download? You can download a PDF. You can download a picture that's worth 1,000 words. You can ask them to subscribe to 3 emails, right? You can ask them to contact you so you can have a conversation about this or that. You can ask them to visit your website. Now be careful. When you send a stranger, right, a stranger you haven't captured their information yet, and they're not a prospect, they are a lead, a stranger. When you send them to your website, please make sure that you have a call to action, something there. When you send somebody to your website, you just don't want them to go on your website and then they can click, oh, they can go to Facebook, oh, they can go to TikTok, oh, they can get to Instagram. That is useless. The purpose of having a marketing strategy in place is your call to action is to be able to start a conversation. Now, if they go visit your website, there has to be something there so you can capture their information and start that conversation, right? Now, with your current clients, I'm talking about like and share, you can get reviews. right? If you have your current clients and you're inviting them into your sales funnel to have a conversation, you want to make sure that you have a system in place, that you are educating them on how they can give you a review, because people don't know how to give a review. If you tell them, hey, can you give me a review on my Google Business Profile or my website? They have no clue what elements they need to put there. You need to educate them. You got to say, hey, by the way, I'm a massage therapist. Here are the 3 things I'd like to know. Did you like the setup? Did you like the music? Did you like my massage therapist, right? Go to a restaurant, it's different. Okay, did you like the music? Did you like the service? Did you like the food, right? Was the price good? Did you have a good selection on the menu? And I can continue and continue. So when you're asking for reviews, make sure that you are giving them instructions on how to give that review. And that's like and share. It can be on Yelp, it can be on ChatGPT, or it can be on a chat widget on your website that brings them to a review section. Invite them to learn more about what you do. Invite them to learn more about what you have to offer. And how do you do that? Well, the best way is watch our video. Now, we do a lot of cold call emails, and we're noticing that as soon as we put a 30-second video or a 45-second video, our open rate doubles. Okay, so you're sending emails. Step number 1, you send the email. Step number 2, they're delivered, right? Now, how many open? And then out of the people open, how many are doing the call to action? Okay, these are 3 different steps. The call to action is crucial because that's how you get it into your sales pipeline. And the video is the best way to do that, right? Because they can go to your page, which is call to action, and they can go there and they say, I don't want this, I don't want that. But if you have a video that pops up and you make them an offer and they click below and they got to put their name and their email, right? Their name, their email, and their cell phone, because you want to do text messaging. Yes, text messaging works. It's tremendous. You get 90+ open rate, and it's incredible engagement. Like, you start with the video is a level of engagement, but then a text message is a higher level of engagement. And what it does, the more you have these touch points, the more you shorten the sales cycle or the customer journey. So downloads, subscribe, contact us, visit the website with a call to action. Again, don't send them to the website and now they can click on TikTok and they can click on Facebook and LinkedIn. You've lost them, right? You want to keep them engaged. You want to keep them in your, it's a sales pipeline. It's a sales funnel, and you want them to watch a video. Now, you don't have to be, a video producer. You can do videos off of your phone. It's not a problem. And very often those are the best because they're natural. You can use a wrong word. You can start over. It doesn't matter. People like to see human people on a video. Now, we do that, but we also do AI videos. We create videos that are more like advertising, talking about the 3 main points. We do that too. And that's good because it creates a lot more engagement. But when we want them to sign up for something, I will put a personal video with my face and say, hey, here are the 3 things we're going to talk about. Click the button below and let's start this conversation. I am wondering if anybody has any questions on this lead capture call to action. And if you're using any of these, what are you using? And maybe you have ideas that I haven't brought up here that I would love to learn. So again, I'm going back to my attendees today and try to figure out, can anybody share what is their most successful or powerful tool that when you meet someone, you say, hey, other than saying, let's do a one-on-one Zoom call, is there anything you're using as a tool to make this happen? Julio has a networking network connection issue. Raphael, is there anything you're using when you're using LinkedIn and Instagram that, you know, just puts fuel on the fire, puts fuel to make the connection? Because at the end of the day, you want to speak to these people, right? Is there anything that you've done that works that can, you know, we can share with the group? Drew, pop-up event partnership with other businesses with similar interests and value. Drew, can you extrapolate, give us a couple of ideas on how you make that happen? See, Marlene, you'd like to do a slideshow for, yeah, okay, I got that. Okay, cool. So what I find it's very powerful that I'm doing right now on social media is I am inviting them to these events, right? That's what I do. So we invite events through the meetup, and we also do Eventbrite. So we just started doing Eventbrite, and we're inviting the people I meet on social media to come to an Eventbrite that we have 3 different conversations going on. And this is one of them is 12-step cash flow. The other one is we cater services directed to the home repair services. And then we also do Google Business Profile, which is a very, very, very powerful free marketing tool that Google gives you to every business owner. And that most of us, we just don't know that we don't know. So we're not maximizing that tool. Okay, the question, and again, there the goal for the call to action is to invite, to share, and to educate. What is your favorite call to action? We discussed that, and I'm going to go back here to our presentation and talk about engagement, talk about the connection. And I love this picture. It says, you're my noodle, you're my sauce. And when you're creating engagement with strangers, that's what it's all about, right? You have a pain point, they may have a solution. So there's a connection, right? The noodle and the sauce. I just thought this was very sweet. And that's how powerful this can become, because the more you're communicating with each other, the more you're building trust, like, and understanding. That's what the nurture campaign is all about, building trust, like, in understanding. And the question I always like to ask is, how are you building connections? You know, what are you doing that's out of the box, that is different than what you did a year or 2 ago? Because very often it happens to us, you know, we're working with a prospect and we think it's going to happen. And then we say, oh my God, I was this close to closing. And then you try to figure out exactly what happened. And sometimes you know what did, and sometimes you don't know what happened. You're just wondering. So you're saying, what can I do better to make sure that I bring that prospect to the gold post, which is having them sign up for your product and services. So the phase 3 about business is really, what type of affiliate program do you have? Do you have a loyalty program? Do you have a discount program? So once the client is with you, or you have a new customer, depending on your product services, we like affiliate program, right? Because people can talk to their audience and say, hey, I worked with Jacques at 12-step cash flow, and it was great, and this is what we liked about it. Why don't you find out more about Jacques? And here's a link, right? So they click on the link, they come to our website, and when they buy, the person who introduced me, they get a commission, right? And we usually give about, 15, 20% commission, sometimes more. For example, with our AI, YBN AI leads, we give 20% because they're freaking good. And I have no problems giving that price, that commission. So affiliates are very powerful. They're not that difficult to put in place. You need to know how to do it. There's several steps involved. Once you know it. But once you don't know, you're wondering, like, okay, where do I start? How does it work? And again, there's 3 main sections on setting up an affiliate program. Loyalty program, it's all about in the mind, right? How can you make a client loyal? Well, you can make a client loyal by having a conversation saying, hey, because you are with me now more than a year, you're going to have access to this content. You're going to have access 2 days before any of our specials. And also you're going to have access to when we're launching a new product or a new service, right? The first 30 days is only my current clients, my current customers that have access to that with special pricing. That's being part of a loyalty program. A discount program is a little bit different, where it doesn't matter, you just don't discriminate. You throw money out of the windows. Everybody gets a discount. It doesn't matter who. And also we give a discount card, give it to your dog, give it to your brother, give it to your parents, give it to anybody. They will always get a 3%, 5%, or 7% discount. That works well in the retail industry, where there's not that much product differentiation. People think I'm buying a mattress, I need to buy a table, I buy a table. It's not like when you're starting to sell phones, right? You only want an iPhone or you only want a Samsung. But there's certain products out there that it doesn't really matter what brand it is. And that is phase 3 of this process. What can be your new program? You can think about, now I have my new client, they paid, they're happy. What can I do to generate more business from them and make them very happy? Now, what I want to share with you, the most important step when you have a new client is the customer experience. That is the base. The better the customer experience, the better you're going to have a client that's going to be loyal to you. The first couple of interaction by your staff, the billing, did that go smooth? The implementation, did that go smooth? The delivery of whatever you do, was it smooth? Was there a follow-up? When there was a problem, was somebody available on the phone or by email? That whole setup, right? And being able to follow up afterwards, say a week, and say, hey, Lola, you just started with us last week on Wednesday. It's been a week today. How are things doing? Oh my God, thank you so much for calling. You know what? This went great, but then I had that problem, but then Robert called me, and when they vent, right, about what happened, usually it's going to be good because we're all professionals, but then that opens the door to get a review, right? Because now they felt that you gave TLC, tender loving care. And people that feel that they have got TLC, they're more prone to give you a review. And again, then this is a conversation. There's a way of asking for a review depending on what business category you are. Implement any of these ideas and you're going to get the feeling here of Marge and Omer that, yeah, I got something, I feel good. And that's what this conversation is all about, to share with you certain tools that sometimes we forgot, or sometimes that we know about those tools, but we don't know how to implement them. So implement one of these tools, just one, over the next 30 days, and you will most likely get 1 or 2 new leads that will want to have this conversation with you and see how whatever you have to sell is of interest to them, and that will shorten the sales cycle. I have a hug for your business today. I really, really have a hug for you guys today. And as I said earlier, I have a meetup special, which is $47. It's a $47 offer that I'm offering to my meetup attendees today. And what that is all about is using our service for 30 days. And 12-step cash flow is designed for nurturing. It connects, converses with your leads, and convert them into buying clients. It shortens the sales cycle. It shortens the customer journey. And yes, it's all about digital marketing. Now, As a bonus today, what I want to offer is anybody that decides to come on a 30-day program, we will create a landing page for you, which is a capture page, right? It's going to be branded with your company colors, your picture, your logo. And also there will be a lead capture, right? We discussed something that was called a lead capture page. So we're going to brainstorm together and what type of lead capture can you put on your page to capture leads so you can bring them into a conversation and convert them from a stranger into a friend or a lead into a prospect. And this value is about $497 to start that up. And I'm giving that to you for free. The power behind 12-step cash flow, again, is about the capture, to nurture, and to convert. And that's why we call it 12-step cash flow. So the 12-step cash flow marketing system is a digital marketing program that is a powerful CRM. And my offer to you is $47 for 30 days. That is my offer. Usually this service is $797 a month. We're offering it for $47 a month. Now you can nurture your leads. You can also do this with your current clients. And why? Because you want repeat business. And I'm offering a bonus today. And my bonus is a one-on-one call, a free one-on-one call, which is a business strategy call that's valued at $497. And that's with me. Yeah, 12-step cash flow business strategy call. And the strategy call, as I mentioned, is worth $497. And what we're going to talk about is about your current leads. What are your new approaches? And we're going to take a look at your lead magnet. And if you don't have a lead magnet, then we will create one for you with your ideas and understanding your business model and what your offers are, what solutions that you resolve, what type of pain do you resolve with your clients. We will have that conversation. So my question is, are you in? And yes, I'm throwing money out of the window. We start the first month at $47 per month. And that means it's $750 off that you save. And then if you decide to continue with us in month number 2, then we bill you at $297 a month, which is $500 off or discounted. This is pretty good. It's we're the month of June. So this is what we call our summer promo. And yeah, let's do that lead strategy call. You know, hop on the bandwagon, get your $47 for 1 month, and let's have a conversation to see how this is going to work for you, and let's set up your account to make this happen. So to end this conversation, you get 30 days of service at $47. You get a lead capture page that's personalized and branded for your business. That's with $497. And you get a call with me, Jacques. Who would not want to have a conversation with me? So to get this up and running, what you can do is you can go to you can take your cell phone and dial 323-590-0437. That's 323-0437. And you can text me your name and your email, your best email, and you can text me your name. And I will connect with you. I will send you the landing page that will give you access to our $47 offer. Once you are on board, you get my calendar, and then we'll start. Now, if after 30 days you're not happy, you do not have to renew. You do not have to continue working with us. It's a $47 for 1 month. My team will be working with you to put all the necessary elements in place to set up your account. And also it comes with the app on the phone. So now you can start managing your business from your phone. Let's start engaging. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for participating to our customer journey 12-step cash flow marketing. I hope that you've learned something. You can always connect with me at jacques360.com Thank you so much, and I will put this slide back, so if you wanted to send your name and your email and your name and email, and yeah, you can text me through your phone, so I get your name and email, and then we're up and running. So thank you so much for being part of this event. I so appreciate you. What we're going to do is we're going to send